Okay, I have to be honest. When I first saw the source material for today, I thought there had to be a typo.
The price.
The
Yeah.
price. We're looking at an HDMI cable, the PureLink EZH8-040-DT, and it's listed at roughly $830.
Yeah, that's no typo. It's a real sticker shock moment for sure.
It's a mortgage payment for a cable.
Yeah.
So, the mission for this deep dive is pretty clear. How do we justify that price? Why does anyone need a 40-meter that's over 130 feet cable? And what on earth is HDMI over fiber?
And that's really the crucial point. We have to stop thinking of this as a wire. This isn't the copper cable you find in a drawer. This is, professional grade infrastructure. It's a high-speed data pipeline made of glass.
Right, because copper has a limit. I'm looking at the specs here, and the number that just jumps out is 48 gigabits per second. That's the big HDMI 2.1 number.
Exactly. 48 Gbps is what you need for uncompressed 8K resolution at 60 hertz. But, the challenge isn't just generating that signal, it's moving it.
And with copper, you have resistance.
You have a ton of resistance. If you try to push that massive data stream over a standard copper cable, the signal just dies after, 3 to 5 meters. You get sparkles, artifacts, or just a black screen.
So to go 40 meters or even the 100 meters this tech can support, you have to use physics that don't care about resistance. You have to use light.
Precisely. Inside this cable, it's all optical fiber. The end converts the electrical HDMI signal to light pulses, shoots it down the glass, and converts it back. That's how it carries a full 8K signal, dynamic HDR, all of it, without dropping a single bit of data.
And it also mentions 4.4.4 chroma subsampling. For anyone listening, that basically means zero color compression. Every single pixel gets its own full color information.
Which is critical if you're, say, using a big TV as a PC monitor. With compressed color, text gets all fuzzy and hard to read. This cable makes sure what leaves your graphics card is exactly what hits the screen.
Now, usually these active fiber cables have a reputation for being, a huge pain to install. They're fragile. But PureLink seems to have solved the biggest headache.
The detachable head.
Yes. The detachable feature. I've been there trying to fish an HDMI cable through a wall, and that big square connector head always gets snagged.
Oh, it's a nightmare. With this, you literally unscrew the bulky transmitter and receiver heads. What's left is this tiny, slender fiber connector. You pull that through the wall or conduit, and then just click the heads back on.
That is such a practical, elegant solution. And the sources mention a bending radius of 45 millimeters. I thought fiber was super delicate, like it would snap if you bend it too much.
That's sort of the old way of thinking. This is designed for critical installations. You can actually route it around corners inside a wall, and it's fine. It's surprisingly tough.
Okay, another thing that stood out, it's plug and play. Active cables like this usually need a separate power brick, right? Another thing to plug in.
And another thing to fail. But this one draws a tiny amount of power, just 250 milliwatts directly from the HDMI port itself. No extra plugs, no wall warts.
It also has self-detecting EDIDE. That's the digital handshake between the TV and the source device.
Right. It's the TV telling the PlayStation, hey, I'm an 8K display, send me your best signal. Sometimes active cables mess that up. This one just figures it out automatically.
And it's backward compatible with HDMI 2.0 and 1.4.
Fully. So you can install this in your walls today for your 4K projector, knowing that when you upgrade to an 8K beast in 5 years, the infrastructure already there, ready to go.
So to sum it all up, that $800 price tag isn't for a cable. It's for a guarantee.
Yeah.
It's an invisible 40-meter pipeline that makes sure your high-end gear isn't being held back by the thing connecting it.
Spot on. It just solves the physics problem of distance.
It does leave us with a bit of a provocative thought, though. As we're all pushing towards 8K, 120 hertz, and beyond, are we basically seeing the end of the copper age for video signals?
I mean, for any cable run longer than a few feet, I'd say absolutely. The data loads are just getting too heavy for metal to carry reliably.
Something to think about with your own setup. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.